I can't wait for a bunch of noobs to get on the stage. Courtesy of Roblox.com. You know they can afford to change the logo, but apparently they can't afford to keep their avatar editor in working order. But that's none of my business.
I remember when the Roblox logo was that R with like a circle. And the red one, it was so nice.
Have you seen the PKSF helmet by any chance?
Yeah, I know, they look like fucking Independence Day, the alien.
Bruh. So fucked.
Oh, are you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. Welcome to our 14th billionth trillionth weekly conference. Today we're going to be going over group-wide news, divisional news, promotions, demotion, medal awards, and our wonderful developer conference questions. Do we have any group-wide news today?
Nope, as usual. We just have medals. The first medal we'll be giving out is the Aegis Combat Excellence Award. This is given out to people who have gotten 150 kills with 0 death. Can Cursed Apple come up with the front if you are present? Alex, did you even add the one that Lordy pinged you?
Yeah, it's right there under the Cursed Apple one. Did you?
I don't see it.
Refresh the page. Refresh.
Even fucking Trello has trouble loading. And Diavolcorp. Whatever, Diablo. Hey, congrats to them. You get clap. The next medal we'll be giving out the Award of Obstacle Veterans. This is given to people who have completed the obby in under 1 minute and 45 seconds. Can 𝐏𝐑𝐄𝐒𝐒 09, who completed it in 1 minute and 35 seconds. Danny the Gamer, who completed it in 1 minute and 30 seconds. And 𝐏𝐑𝐄𝐒𝐒, who completed it in 1 minute and 9 seconds. Come up to the front if you are present.
No.
Nah, no one. Yeah, let's clap for the ghost of their soul. The next medal we'll be giving out is the Award of Mobility. This is given to people who have completed a 4-hour duty stay on mobile. Can 𝐏𝐑𝐄𝐒𝐒 09 come up to the yeah, no one. Yay, for the ghost. The next medal is the Award of Laborious Assiduous. I don't even know if I pronounced that correct. But this is given to people who have
Jesus Christ.
But the medal is given to people who have done a total of I think 5 days. I can't remember, right? 5 days or 10. Can Unstable Gravity come up to the front? Yay, someone's present finally. Wow, this is a long clip. Hey, congrats.
Gets a longer clap
The
because he's actually here.
The last medal is the Award of Unprecedented Laborious Assiduous, again, which is given to people who have done a total of 30 days of combined duties. Can 𝐏𝐑𝐄 2008 come up to the front? Yay, another one.
Such a good name for a medal. Oh god.
Yeah, no clap for you.
One sec, I'm going downstairs. If there's another medal, you have to do the clap all 10.
Understood.
Nah, that's a loss.
Hmm.
Alright, moving on from medals, we have AoE invite. Can these people come up to the front if you are present? Can unstable gravity come up to the front? M&M I don't 𝐏𝐑𝐄𝐒 and Rika Love 1 come up to the front.
Crazy shit.
Yay, wow, 3 people is actually.
Yeah. DM me or Lordy for an invite. But if you DM me, I'll probably say DM Lordy, so just go straight to Lordy.
No, just spam ping Alex.
No, just go
He'll
straight.
respond. You
well,
should, if you have not received a message saying that you failed or whatever, that it might take a while to process because you know AI. Hey, now to you, Alex.
Okay. Moving on to the next part of the conference, which is weekly warnings. These warnings will be given to an officer who has failed their weekly quota. No, I think they failed 36. So this warning will be given out to Bob Guy for failing his weekly officer quota. If I recall, getting 2 warnings is a demotion, getting 3 is a removal as a whole. But Bob Guy. But getting 1 is not that big of an issue. I forgot if they get removed or not. I think they do get removed after you complete your quota for like 3 weeks consecutively without failing or some shit. I have to double check on that, but I think if you complete your quota consecutively for 3 times in a row, it's gonna get removed for the one. Anyways, moving on to the next part of the conference, which is quite important actually. It's regarding Jokes his internship as will be announcing today if he passed or failed. So, well,
You're giving them too much hype.
sadly he failed. He will be demoted back to unit commander. The reason as to why he failed, he will be DM'd. We will not say it out in the public, but then once he's given the reason as to why he failed, if he wants, he can discuss with the public, but he did fail. So he will not be coming at Tomu, and he will be demoted back to unit commander. And
second person to fail.
Yeah, second person. And I think it's a 1 month cooldown or so.
No, it's like until the next unit marshal passes.
Unit. Okay, so yeah.
Who was the first to fail? Cape.
KP. Yeah. Anyways, quite sad.
Moving on to the next unit marshal.
We might have a new unit marshal soon, but first we need to have a new fucking unit commander. So you know, no cursing, my bad. But that's it for the conference. Moving on to conference questions, right? Yeah. Yeah, that was
The D-man back.
Don't think so.
Alright, the channel is open. I can't remember if you said out loud or not, but
What?
did we mention if KP failed? Like, I mean, did we say why he failed?
I don't recall if we said the reason. I do recall we did mention he fucking failed. Well, the Tamil who were back did say. But I don't remember if they did say the reason out in public. So I will not say it. Right?
I can't remember.
But either way, if you want to know, DM Joke, and once we tell Joke, which will be soon, as to why he failed. If he wants, he can discuss it with you as well and, you know, give it out to the public. But think of it this way. He failed to communicate with us properly, as in we weren't aware of what he was doing when he was doing. So per se, we gave him a task, and then he could fail to keep us informed with the task. That was one of the reasons.
Oh,
And
we
there's
did
many others,
announce.
I guess. We did. I don't remember.
I think we did. I just can't remember. But I'm just gonna say it here since we didn't say about KPS. But Joke was demoted. I mean, he failed his UM internship for the same reason KP did. He did not communicate as well. Like he did not communicate much in the chat. He was not like, I mean, he was on task, but his communication was just bad. And Alex actually asked him like last week, what time he wanted to host the conference, because this week starting today, the conference should be at a different time. Like it should be somewhere else, but Joe didn't reply to that message that Alex sent. So
there was also like a lack of dedication. So if it wasn't a task given by Tomo, he basically had no dedication to do it himself, which is also another reason. And of course, one of the reasons was also not hosting a conference. You guys need to be aware of the fact that hosting a conference is an actual task. It's a mandatory task, which you should do if you want to actually have a chance to get a passing game and get Tomo. So
it's a rite of passage.
Rite of passage.
It is.
It's like those ceremonies where they get the lamb and they spread the blood over it and sacrifice it.
Yeah. Also, the conference question is open, by the
way. Who can authorize other people to fly the VTOL? Well, I mean, Tomos can technically spawn it, so I guess they can if they want to. But there's not like an official application system or anything like that. What's the actual reason saying the chairman's name is not allowed to be mentioned? It says in the rules and guidelines, I swear. When will PKSF combatics be fixed? I mean, they're not technically broken, so they don't need to be fixed. It's more of just a cosmetic error. But the conference hall's been fixed in new servers, and the PKSF helmet in the border seems to be a bit too big, so I'll make adjustments to that. But it's not exactly broken, you can still use it. What weapons were buffed/nerfed in this update? X34 and the firework gun, I believe, were two of the main ones. When will weather be added? I think Coded has that on like the back burner somewhere because he wants to add that at some point, because it's just a cosmetic update really. It doesn't have too much of an effect on the game, so it's on the back burner. The faction service and gun script updates are the ones that are being prioritized by him at the moment. When will the hitboxes be fixed? The gun script will be upgraded after the faction service comes out at some point. I swear the code had said most of the legwork's already been done on it, so he only has a few things to touch up with, but obviously the faction service, being as big as it is eating up most of his time. Question for Noah, I've heard you are going to discharge, is that true?
Yeah, of course. Soon enough.
Will there be more vents? There might be some more vents around. There's one in the warehouse, but it's not actually connected up to anything. Although PKSF's helmets were mostly fixed, I've already thinking. Yeah, it probably will be fixed soon. It's just a slight cosmetic error. When will Aegis upgrade its guns? What? You mean gun models, gun script? What exactly do you mean? Will there ever be a time where the night vision becomes third person and first person instead of just first person, and why was the night vision nerfed when people obviously want it buffed? The night vision hasn't changed, so it's never been nerfed or buffed. But it might be transitioned into something else in the future, such as a UI, but as to whether or not it might be third person, possibly not, because we like to encourage first person when using specialized tools and stuff. For KOS players, how long do we have to wait to kill them after they leave their spawn, since it isn't justified in the guidelines? As long as you're not spawn killing, it's not too much of an issue. Can you do mobility award if you have it, so that you can get it as many times as you want? No, you can only get the award once, so you can only do it once. SC iPads were mentioned a few conferences ago. Is there anything could say about this? It would make it much easier to remotely announce protocols, toggle gate shield, etc. It hasn't been worked on. It was just something that was being thrown around in the air that could possibly happen. So don't get too hyped over that. Will there be an IC promo? The IC is not exactly something you get promoted to. It's literally for people that have basically left Roblox as a whole and have essentially just went into retirement. They just sort of help me overlook the group rather than actually engaging with the group. Like you'll notice Tommels will be very active. They'll engage. They'll make decisions and stuff on the majority of Aegis things, whereas IC will only come in when there's something big or something administrative that they need to deal with. Like most of the IC now are 19 years and over. Like we're all pretty much finished with Roblox as a whole. We just sort of stay on here for development and stuff like that. So if there is somebody that gets to those quotas and still wants to be administration in Aegis, then I guess there could be an IC promo, but until then. Can you add...
happened on Steam?
Huh?
I don't know, I guess we all just died or something.
Oh, is there an exploiter? Fling exploiter?
Maybe.
Can you add 5SS recoil again and old spread? Yeah, we're always looking to change the guns around, and 5SS is one of the ones people are asking to be nerfed or buffed. Possibly both. Will you make the game even just a bit more free-to-play friendly? Yes, once the currency's reset, obviously guns will be a lot easier to get because you'll actually have to grind for them rather than just being able to join the game and instantly have several million scrap. So the free-to-play aspect will actually exist rather than just being all pay. But obviously dues and stuff will be locked behind a lot more of a grindy fest because they are the top like cream of the crop weapons. You won't be able to get them easily. What happened to the STHD logo at the conference hall? That's the Roblox Union update that they did. They just, you know, come along and break everything as usual. Can the 5SS shot range be nerfed? It kills from so far, it might as well be a sniper. It should have a damage drop off. It shouldn't be acting like a sniper. And it's a shotgun, so I'm pretty sure the spread is crazy anyway. It's not really predictable. You can't exactly predict to snipe somebody very easily with a D5SS, so most of that is probably luck. When will the MDF Combatics get an update? Whenever. There will be a big update in the future. Yes, there will. Any SC update incoming? Not currently being worked on. There isn't any SC updates being worked on, but you're always welcome to use feedback and create a forum post if you want an SC update. Is there a possibility to fix how we get our combatics? Everyone just rushes into the combatics. Yes, with the inventory system that'll come out either early next year or sometime late this year, depending on what we get done. There will be a way to essentially also pick your morph before you spawn in, so we won't have any of those stupid door things which is kind of a legacy thing anyway. We could make it so you actually spawn in with the combatics already, but that would fuck with AoE a bit because they're in 2 divisions rather than just 1. So we're not really thinking that yet until we have a UI interface where you can select the morph and all that stuff. Could we ever see a roadmap for DoD? Maybe, you know, who knows? But at the moment it's very random and spontaneous. But never say never. When is the city or AAD estimated to come out, or is it even in development right now? Most of the AAD is done. There's just documentation and a few more in-game things that need to be ironed out before it's released. So it'll come out when it comes out. And the city, just don't even hype the city, really. Will voice lines be fixed? I've already said this many times. It's like a very obscure error, so there's not really an easy fix to it. It's probably something to do with the way the characters are being loaded. So we're constantly looking into it and trying to figure out what's causing it. But obviously, we haven't found the issue yet. Otherwise, it would have already been fixed. What will the rules regarding using vents? I wouldn't advise personnel to use them unless you're chasing a raider, because it will end up in you dying. Because the heat in the vents does about 12 damage per second. So you will likely come out at the end of the vent at about 70 HP. Or, I mean, 30 HP, because it'll take 70 off you. So I wouldn't advise using it as like a quick route to get back into the border. But obviously, if you're chasing a raider, then you can. What's the point in the recreational protocol board above the door? Just look slightly below it, spawny. Nobody even knows it's there. Because we want to encourage people to go AFK in mess hall rather than going AFK against walls in the future. So obviously, if you come back from being AFK, you'll be in the mess hall and you'll be able to see the protocol board. Obviously, none of that has changed yet, but that's what we're looking towards. Also to encourage premium players to go AFK in the game for premium payouts. What's the point in... I've already read that. Are Aegis allowed to use the new vent? Like I just said, if you're chasing a raider, then yes, but I wouldn't advise using it for anything else, as you will likely come out the end with basically no health, which is not ideal. With the new vent, is it divisional? Well, it just depends on who's allowed on the roof, like I said. Chasing raiders, yes, but everything else, I wouldn't advise it. Will the new raiding route be nerfed? Yes, it will. And it's also down to the personnel to make sure that the vent isn't as easily abused, because personnel are not posting in the correct positions. They just sort of stand on the roof. There's many little tower posts along the caves area that you can use to protect the border from raiders, rather than allowing them to just come along the cave route and go straight into the vent, which they have been doing as of recent. Will Aegis fix their O guns? I'm assuming you mean the G14. There's nothing wrong with it. The night vision's sight was transferred to a circle. Is that a Roblox bug or DoD bug? That's a Roblox bug. We haven't touched the night vision, so I'm assuming they've changed the way particle emitters work. I wasn't aware of that. I'll look into seeing if I can fix that. Yeah, and that question as well is the same thing. The PKSF DC and I sent coded a list of PKSF related development suggestions. Yeah, I've already seen the list. That's what the feedback system's for. That's literally what I said to coded. I don't know why you would send them direct. You can just use the feedback section. I read the feedback section regularly. Just make sure your suggestions are formulated in the correct manner, with more than just add a new raid route and then not specify what raid route you actually want added, because that's a very obscure suggestion and it's not helpful in the slightest. Because I know that people want new raid routes, but nobody gives any good ideas as to what raid routes to add. So be very specific in how you word your suggestions and provide examples and reasons why you think it should be added, and then it'll be more likely to be added. Will 5SS be nerfed? Yes, it probably will. Can we buff the 4HM or something? No. 4HM's fine. It's a pretty well-versed weapon. Like, raiders love it. Aegis love it. It's a good weapon. Will the dues be available without Robux with grinding? They already are. Well, one of them, the do 3C, is available with ore. And once more is, what do you call it? The currency reset is given out, we'll probably put more dues down. Obviously, they'll be extremely expensive, but you will be able to get them with grinding. It's just, you know, depends how much time you're willing to put in. ARD biocombatics have an orange logo instead of a purple one on the shoulder, making it look like MDF. Will that ever be fixed? That is intentional, because it's the biocombatics and the biocombatics orange. Will hit registry be fixed, because you can put a whole 5SS into someone and they won't die. It's been it's been happening quite often. It gets annoying. At the moment, the hit registry is based on mainly your ping and your computer's performance. So if any of the two suffer, you can have hit registry issues. This will probably be fixed in Coded's rework, where he's basically designed the same system CSGO has, which uses time dilation, where it takes a point in time and then compares that point in time to the current point in time, which basically allows the server to do mathematical algorithms to figure out whether or not that should have been hit or not. It's the most advanced form of hit registry you can actually perform, so it should be vastly superior to the one that's currently in the border. Thank you for attending our wonderful conference. If you want to go on the stage, go to your divisional conferences, go back to the